Hello, it's Alicia Danielle, CEO and founder of Become You, your favorite leadership strategist. And today we're going to continue to build on our lead foundations. Today we're going to go over articulate. Have you ever left a meeting where you're almost certain that you explained everything, laid out the game plan, and then you find out a week later that half the room walked away with a completely different understanding? Or told someone exactly what you needed and they came back with something completely different? Or explain for 20 minutes to your team what direction you all are going to go in, all just to see the energy shift in the room. Not because they disagreed, but because something didn't connect. Welcome to the Articulate Gap. And this is one that I feel can derail even the best of leaders. Here's what I want to clear up immediately. Articulation is not the same as transparency. It's not about saying more or giving more information or talking louder or scheduling more meetings. I've worked with leaders who are extremely communicative, but still somehow unclear. It's like a lot of words were happening, but people were still confused, direction unclear, and alignment was kind of non existing because communication isn't about output, it's about landing. Articulation is about being able to take what's in your head, the complex decision making, the nuances, clear decisions to something that your team can understand and can act on. Articulation is a skill. And honestly, I wasn't taught this. And I think a lot of leaders were not taught this. Show up. The first is in decision communication. So, what that means is the leader makes the right call, but the way it's communicated, it really doesn't give the team enough context to trust it or act confidently. So it's like people do the thing, but they're really not with you. It's I guess compliance without buy-in. The next is feedback. I can't tell you how many times, and I may be guilty, not may, I am guilty as well to say, but I've told them this before. I'm almost certain that I did. But when I ask how did they say it, what I hear is something super vague. Like, I told my direct report they need to be more professional. What does that mean? What does that mean to me? What does that mean to my leader? And the third is going to be in high stake moments, which I am very accustomed to, and I'm sure you are too. When the pressure is on us and we're thinking fast, our communication tends to be shorthand. You assume people are tracking with you, but they're not. And the gap between what you mean and what people hear tends to widen. I used to think this was more of an issue for certain people, maybe those new to leadership or maybe with a more introverted personality. But I've seen this show up in some of the most confident and the most vocal. Confidence is not the same as clarity. So, how do we actually build the articulation foundation? The two things I want to give you. First is a question that you ask before you communicate. This is before you even start what does this person actually need to understand in order to move forward? Not what I need to say, not what I want them to hear. What do they need to move forward? That shift alone changes how you open up conversations. It frames your decisions. The second is build a habit. Build a habit of checking for how what you said landed. After an important conversation, ask, what did you take away from this? What feels clear? Is there anything I can clarify for you? And be genuine about it, because the answer will actually tell you more about your communication than you could have evaluated on your own. Articulation is a loop, not a monologue. Here's the truth about this foundation. You can have the best strategy, the sharpest thinking, and even have the right answer and still lose people in translation. Building the articulate foundation means closing the gap. And with that, it has to be intentional and consistent. Clear communication is just how you lead. This week's reflection question: where is my communication landing in confusion? And what am I assuming that people understand that maybe they don't? Think about that one. Next week is the last one in this series, D for develop. And honestly, this is the foundation that holds all of the other ones together. So you don't want to skip it. Subscribe, drop a comment, and I'll see you next week.